So, yesterday, Demetrius Knight Jr. did not practice. The reason why he didn't practice is because he's injured. Oren Burks did take a lot of the snaps in his replacement. And so far in training camp and in preseason, based on what I've heard, that our boy Oren Burks is not working out too well. He's put together some disappointing, play in preseason. In training camp, I wouldn't say he's doing bad in training camp, but he's okay in training camp. But in preseason, he has not looked that good. And now with Demetrius Knight Jr. hurt, that's definitely not a positional group, the linebacker group, that we can afford to have any type of injuries, as we, throughout the last couple years, have been very weak at the linebacker position. We haven't had much depth at that position. Now, thankfully, it looks like this might just be a minor injury, nothing serious, and most likely it's going to be nothing serious. But it's definitely, a wake-up call that we're going to see a lot of Burks in this upcoming preseason game, of course. We're going to see how good he plays, because that's going to dictate the future of that man's job here, as so far, again, 53-man roster coming up, man, and nobody is guaranteed a spot outside of, obviously, the star players. So if you go out there and you have a crappy preseason game, there isn't really a situation where Burks is 100% guaranteed a roster spot, especially because we don't have crazy guaranteed money into him. Now, of course, at the end of the day, you're most likely going to keep him no matter what, because the depth is that weak at linebacker. But yeah, no, it's definitely something to take in consideration. According to Al Golden, he has a lower disc injury, which just means that the parts of the body from the hip to the foot, incapacitating the hip, thigh, knee, leg, ankle, and foot. So, all that means when he says that is that these are the injuries, or the injury is located in the lower body, which hopefully this is something small and minor, which is what it's being reported as. But you never know. There's always a chance something, could be even more of a setback or have even more issues, because we're right before the season about to start and we're talking about another injury here. This one to a linebacker who is a starting linebacker in our squad. So right now, this is what our linebacking crew looks like. We have Demetrius Knight Jr., who would be our starting wing linebacker. Owen Burks, obviously the backup. Joe Gall-Harris, who did have the interception in practice. In preseason. We have Shaka Haywood. So, I really don't. This linebacking crew, if Demetrius Knight Jr. did miss time, would be super freaking thin. And especially because we're probably going to keep extra offensive linemen this year. I'm going to guess we keep 6 receivers because of Mitchell Tinsley. And we'll probably keep extra offensive linemen. There's not many spots on this team we're going to be able to really get some good depth on. And we're just going to have to hope that some of our guys that we have, faith in here are going to be able to stay healthy and play at a high level. And the linebacking crew is definitely one of those we really need to make sure that they are staying healthy, one thing, and two thing, able to continue to play, not have injuries. So, again, you can't ever predict injuries. You can't prevent injuries, but, oh, man. Let's get to the season, please. Let's get to the season and not have any other information. I woke up this morning, and the first thing I see is Joe Burrow, the Bengals, Joe Burrow reacting, or something like the Joe Burrow Bengals season-ending injury. That was the title of the freaking article. I almost lost my brain seeing that, but it's clickbait, obviously, which is always what happens with these websites. It was clickbait. It was talking about Cordell Volson getting hurt for the season, but they put Joe Burrow in the title because I would get people thinking, oh, Joe Burrow's out for the season. No, he's not. So, again, I try my best not to look too much into these injuries, especially minor injuries, training camp injuries. Because guys get hurt, players get pulled out, players don't practice. A lot of times it's precautionary. A lot of times it's just to monitor them, right? But you never know. You never know, and sometimes, as a team, if a guy is hurt or severely hurt or have any problems, you don't want to tell the first opponent you're about to play, the Brownies, that that guy's hurt. So you're going to be very hush-hush, not tell anyone, not tell the fans, not tell anyone, because you don't want, the other team to know that that guy is injured going into your week 1 preseason game, or regular season game, because then they can process for that. So there's also that factor, and we, in the past have seen that too, where it's like they just don't tell us stuff, and then it's like, is this guy healthy? Is this guy good? We don't know, because the team's kind of keeping it hush-hush so that they keep that competitive advantage. But from fan point of view, it's frustrating because we're like, sitting here stressed out, and maybe the guy's okay, maybe the guy's fine, or maybe the guy is absolutely, going through it. I don't know. Anyway, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe button down below. See you guys next one.